Sean, what was the best sign for Donald Trump yesterday? What's the best thing that happened yesterday as a sign for the future and the prospects of his administration?
I mean, honestly, I think there were several. There wasn't one thing. I think part of
Rand,
it was just
yeah.
the headlines coming out last night about it was one after another about getting things done. If you wake up this morning, I mean, I used to go in and be like, okay, here's, that's his big question. How's it going? What are you hearing? If I were him today, I got to wake up a happy man thinking, looking at the headlines saying everything, despite 200 executive orders, it's the border, it's all of the promises that he made and the action that he took yesterday to fulfill them.
Dan, best sign for Trump yesterday.
Yep, it's just other than the January 6th pardons, the acceptance and quiet of the opposition.
Okay. Sean, worst sign for Trump yesterday.
I think the focus on J6. I think that was the word, meaning that for his supporters, and just to be clear, because again, when I was at that rally, that is probably the single greatest thing that MAGA supporters like. But I think when it came to a lot of the other people who don't like him, that's what stuck out. So, I mean, again, how you come down on that issue depends on how you view yesterday. But it was the one thing, the border, everything else that I was getting asked about yesterday, I think are 80% issues. That one's probably, 50-50, depending on where you vote, how you voted.
Dan, worst sign for Trump yesterday.
The Hill is a complete mess on the debt issue and reconciliation. It's gotten worse since last week.
All right, they'll fix it today, maybe. Dan, best sign for the Democrats yesterday.
The Hill is a complete mess on debt and reconciliation. And that Trump, at varying points, some of that stuff was revenge. And that creates an opening for the party. To Sean's point, when he's helping people, doing the promises to make your life better, it's tough for us. But when he veers off, speaking to MAGA only, there's an opening.
Sean, best sign for Democrats yesterday.
The sign that said parking resume. I don't know. I didn't see much for Democrats yesterday.
Joe Biden leaving in the helicopter was the best.
Actually, that was probably the best sign going. Now we can actually get back to this.
Dan, worst sign for Democrats yesterday.
Trump's focus, speed, and confidence. I mean, this is a man who knows what he's doing, and on substance, the party has no answer.
Sean.
If I were them, I'd be worried. We've talked about this before, but all of those tech titans standing behind him and the headlines coming out about company after company getting rid of the DEI policies show that they've lost their grip on corporate America.